Yo, how's it going? Happy Tuesday, folks. What's going on? Hope we're doing well. Yada yada yada. Hello. Let's get everything in the right place. Sorry, I realized straight after I hit the go live button I needed coffee. Thought I'd already made it. Apparently it's one of those days. What's up, Solo? The mushroom got eaten, the snake ran away, slithered away. That's what happens. Usually the story with it. But yeah, happy Tuesday. I have I'm gonna paint. It was a last minute thing, obviously, as always. There is a printed thing here. Pretty sure I printed out the geezers to go with it, but it is just like an artillery piece. I'm wondering maybe we do it to match this guy. I mean, obviously it's going to be mostly going to be metal. Truth be told, it's not going to be. It's not really going to be massively complicated. I'm hoping. I could be mistaken in that. In fact, I'm pretty sure I did print out the chaps to go with it. I just don't know where they. But anyway, how are we doing? We are. I had so many things planned today, and none of it has bloody happened, as usual. Just seems to be one disaster after another, just absorbing my time. I had initially planned to record a couple of hours of, like, stuff. Then something happened, which meant... And my original plan was record a couple of hours of stuff and then do some ordering of PLA and Petga. But it didn't happen. It didn't happen. Because something appeared which required an hour's work of my time, and that just annihilated everything else. So, you know, there we go. Disasters as always. Left, right, and center. But hey ho. Let us look. So is there any... I'm just having a quick look on the Warhammer website. You know what? The Grey Knights in white armor is quite... I mean, there's obviously a lot of steel on them. A lot of steel going on. Not only with their armor, but also like the actual robot thing is a lot of steel as well. So introducing another color which is not metal is a good thing. I mean, I suppose it could be the easiest army to paint. Just spray the entire lot of them bolt gun metal, some sort of wash, and then maybe a general sort of dry brushing, and that's it. We do have... Ooh, I do have an STL file to potentially print these out. But I do have some original Grey Knights in metal. So it would be good to paint some at some point. But, you know, that's that. That's a future issue. Was there anything remotely interesting? Norse community painters. S&M battle reports, very nice. I like that one. This Cult of Paint. Henry, very nice. That looks not nearly as good as mine, obviously, but mine's not legit. Well, you know. War hipster. Demon Rich. Chris. Snazzy Blue. I think we're definitely going to get a box of these at some point from Element Games using my affiliate link. I'll smash that in there anyway. But yeah. Well done, me. Happy days. So we will get to the painting. I've also got a variety of other things I need to do. I did manage to look at my website. I do have, by the way. I don't look at people lurking, by the way. I don't know if you are lurking, but if you did check out my website and bloody hell, that's loud. Thank you. At least I can hear it this time, because there was a time when my alerts were so quiet I couldn't hear them, and I was just missing. I missed a bunch of alerts, and including like some follows. Thank you very much, by the way. But I think there was like a donation alert which fired off, and I completely missed it. I felt very embarrassed. I felt really embarrassed. In fact, it was not great. But now I do like so I can hear the alerts today, thankfully. This was a long time ago. My alert situation's slightly better. Still not perfect, but we do have like donation alerts. Like we do have the AI bot of doom coming along at various chunks of money. But we have got this thing to paint. I've got to remember what blues we use to paint this, because I think we'll do the blast shield blue. I don't know where the chaps are though. Slightly frustrating, but I think I've got to check what weaponry they have. This might be the Krieg element. In fact, I suppose we should have a look really at good old My Mini Factory. Sweet My Mini Factory.com. What are you all doing today? Library. So that was a free guard I painted. That was this guy. He was the officer. We got a free guard hovercraft. Excuse me. To paint. Well, we got to print it first, but we'd have to just trying to avoid work. I understand that. I hope you're employing all the techniques to avoid that work. Womposaurus, what's going on? Happy Tuesday to you. I hope you're well. Wait, we're looking at completely the wrong thing. This is Station Forge. This isn't a Station Forge miniature. This is not a Station Forge miniature, is it? I need to go to Cults. Cults 3D. Make sure I'm signed in. Have I got something in my cart? So if we go to Alpine Vice. Okay, so it's Alpine. What's up, Solo? Welcome back. So it is this one right here. Which are a bit more Cadian, I guess. Cadian styled. I can paint it however I really wish. Really. And I did print out the geezers, I just don't know where they are. Not in there. What are you all up to today, folks? Tell me your little secrets. I'd like to know. Okay, I've got no idea. Is that a rat? Rat boy. Work till 8. hopefully relax after that, right? Relaxing is on the agenda. So we're going to get the metal paint out. Gunmetal. Mass exhaust manifold, excuse me. Steel. Gunmetal. And some other colors. Magnesium, I don't know. We're going this blast shield we're actually going to put on a paint it. Hey. So, anyway, my website. I did get the email. I see it on the website. For some reason it was not sent through. Now I don't quite understand why, because it used to work. Excuse me. It used to work, and now it's not working. What happened there? The black paint. Nothing to do with the blue tack. The blue tack was nowhere near it. Okay. This was only a test miniature. I will run some black paint over that bit. Potentially do yet another coat of matte varnish about the 20th time. So, yeah. My website, I did get the email. For some reason, it wasn't shunted forward. SMTP. I mean, I don't understand why it wasn't sent onwards to me. Quite frustrating, to say the least. From the other SMTP. Mail, miniatures, TTS, SM support, yeah, data. Email log. Let's have a look at the log. But yeah, I've got to order some filaments. In fact, I really should get both those printers spun up today. And printing scenery. There's no email log because I don't have the pro version. Magnificent. Absolutely magnificent. Things you love to see. I don't get any alerts either because I haven't paid for it. Maybe in future we just go with the they call it not mail poet. All paid for. Sorry, I guess I tempted fate and just had to work. Oh no. I'm sorry. It was my fault. I take blame. I'm looking at my own work emails. Well, my email situation. I suspect I might have caused it. Summoned an email for you. I'm really sorry to hear that. We do a little bit of painting. It's mostly chatting. The main the main thing of this stream. This used to work. I'm very disappointed that it's no longer working. I'm gonna have to spend time. I don't spend time doing this. I don't. This. I just would like it to work. Oh, actually, you know what? Let me check my spam. Could have gone to spam. Hold on. Bugger. No. I do have a free brush invitation from Golden Maple. No idea how they are. Maybe I should take them up on it and be like, yo, hook me up. Hook me up. This is very frustrating, I tell you that. Tell you that for free. Got to keep my phone on the go. Rang my number. Got to keep that over. Keep it within sight. Let me get my... Okay, let's get the big brush out of metallic paint. I do need to get some more disposable brushes, though. That doesn't smell of oil paint. Was it this? I don't know. They're both equally trash. I'm gonna slap you on there, though. Get the front painted first. Blast shield is going to be blue. Suppose. Blast shield will be blue. It looks like I've got to actually print something which goes in there. Have a very quick look at the print. We'll also go to disposable brushes, these cheap, awful ones. Major brushes. You know they're good because it says major, not minor. They're just absolutely... They're good for a decent amount of time. Like, I use them for oil washes and like tidying up oil paints and stuff. And metallic paint. I'm really not keen on using my nice brushes with metallic paint. But then they suddenly go. Like they start going like this. And they just go completely tits up. A bit of a point. And then it's good for just like dry brushing and stuff like that. Slapping on loads of paint. I can't remember how much. Like, it was like 30 or something. Maybe 20 for not a huge amount of money. And I don't feel... I don't feel like I've been ripped off for spending whatever I spent on the pack of 20 or 30 brushes that I bought. How about yourself, Womposaurus? Gotta have a look at this image quickly, because I don't think it is missing anything. I'm looking at the wrong thing. Ah, okay. It is missing something. Right. So I was looking at it going, there's something weird about this. Then I realized I was looking at the angled blast shield. And then I realized I've actually got the curly one, which has these things on them. Whatever they are, I don't know. I need to print some of these wheel things out, though. I have printed these out, I just don't know where they've gone. Along with many other things. There's something here which... got a Bretonian type. Got a Dino Rider. Shoulder pad. Hello, shoulder pad. Sledgehammer? Hammer type thing? Oh, these are to go on tanks, so it's a little tanky bit. Oh! Got more. Something inside so strong. There's a head. There's an ammo feed. There is... That's from Station Forge. That's a sniper. Okay. No idea. I never have money to throw at paint supplies lately. That's all right. I do understand. Totally. These are all little dreadnought bits. This is the power fist, I think. With an orc on top. Yeah, I mean, some people seem to be quite happy just using metallic paints with regular, you know, fancy brushes. I'm not one of those though. Wish I was, but I'm not. I think I've got to start earning huge amounts of money before I can risk doing that. Yeah, that's basically what I have. I don't know where the pack went. They were also, it was like some dodgy. It was probably very similar. Very similar. You had to go and check. No, absolutely. One has to check. In fact, I'm going to check right now. I'm going to Amazon right now. I'm having a look at my orders. Brush. Here we go. Color. No, that's not it. One happy choice. Oh, no, these are a pack of 10. I've been telling a porcupine. Absolute porcupines. Rightfully sorry, I did not intend to. Because I could have sworn I ordered more. Look at these bad boys. Why do these keep appearing? It's like £6. What is? I don't know how much that is in dollars. It's an amount of dollars. But I do need to order more. Size 0. Yeah. I'm not. They do size 0 as well, actually. So I don't know. Whenever I see this color combination, wait, I can't say that. But I don't know where the rest of this gone. I have printed out the people, but they don't appear to be with me. So bad time. I was hoping to actually paint them today, but as always, things just don't seem to work out. It's because I leave things to the last minute usually, which is not a great plan. But we have a paint on a miniature. How about that? 32 minutes into stream. Living the life. I hate that they dry out too quickly, but I also appreciate the size 0 for fine metallic detail. That is the problem. Like the there's not enough like volume in the brush in the. I don't know what you call this part of the brush, like the sort of fatter end. If there's not enough volume in there, it can't keep too much liquid in there, and it sort of dries out quickly. The belly, that's the word. Someone with a belly, I should have figured that out. I should know that. Practical belly. That's gunmetal grey. I think, do we really? I reckon this part should be metal. We can make it quite shiny, and then maybe the casing, it sort of retreats into this bit here. We could... No. This bit here, that can be blue. Like the actual sort of armored sheet. That can be blue. That can be... I mean, I suppose that bit there could be red, in fact. But the major gun casing could be blue. The majority of it is going to be... So this is all gunmetal. There's going to be a lot of it wrapped on there. I didn't... This has been sitting around for a bit, and I've been wanting to paint it for ages. Frankly, didn't know how I was going to paint it. I honestly still don't. This is the test piece. Like all of my other test pieces, like you can see some slight bobbles in it. It really needed some cleaning up, truth be told. But as it's a test piece, I don't really need to worry about it too much, thankfully. That's my excuse, and I'm sticking with it. I think this needs to be red. This shrouding, this bit right here needs to be, or blue, red. Like, I'm going to ponder that one a little. I'm still really frustrated about my bloody website. Like, way more than I should be. Well, Wampa, let me tell you something. I've been watching a lot of Sharp recently. Which is like... It was a bit shouty, but it's alright. Right. I have been watching a lot of Sharp recently because, like, it's good. It's good. It's good to watch. So, yeah. I was just trying to carry over the sounds of the exact... No, I completely... You were. You succeeded. You succeeded. See, this is the thing. I just did a test email using the form thing, and it worked. Why did it not appear from my actual... Like, when a film... When a form was filled out, why did it not bloody work? So frustrating when something used to work and then, you know, companies just go and change things and then it goes tits up. Email. But, oh god, there's no capture. Validation. Why was this form not working? Oh god, it's just so frustrating. Why, oh why, Delilah? It's MTP, come on. I'm using Whatever that other one's called. Did I say it was called? WPS. One it should work. Not gonna. It's. I'm gonna just have. I'm gonna actually have to spend. Oh, I had other stuff to do. Oh yeah. So, anywho, I've had a little bit of coffee. Need to get back to painting. So this is the gunmetal. We have got steel as well to use. And obviously, like, if it's anything to do with the free guard, they have some gold knocking around as well. So some of this is going to have to be gold. Okay. I'm wondering what we're going to have to, what bit of scenery we're going to print out. Slowly going to start doing some meandering towards some proper scenery of the wartime variety. Some of these bits are going to be gold. Da, 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 da. Lots of Do you ever watch Sharp by any chance? I didn't watch any last night, but I have been on a bit of a binge watching session of it. I watched it years ago, but not like religiously or anything like that. I watched a fair amount of it, and I've rewatching it basically. Yeah, Dave, I know. Get wrecked, nerd. Told you. You gotta turn up way earlier if you wanna, you know, tell me I'm not painting. How you doing today, dude? What's going on? Today has been a bit of a disaster. Like, I had other stuff planned to do this morning, and like, as always, something came along to get in the way of it. So stuff I had wanted to get done is not done. I now have to locate other time, do that stuff, which is just, it's all very tedious. One of those mods, I mean, you can clip it. Like, everyone is able to clip, I believe. I don't turn clipping off unless you're used to that, because you go to degenerate channels which don't allow clipping. I don't even know if you can actually deactivate clipping on Twitch. Maybe it's like a, I don't know. I'm currently off work with a throat and oh dude, I'm sorry to hear that. Docs won't give me anything, just tell me to suffer. Well, that is, I mean, you know, obviously that is the way to do it. Obviously, I would suggest whiskey and ginger. That is a cure to all illnesses. Oh, and a bit of honey as well. Slap some honey in there as well. And yeah, that you'll be back up and running around. If you want to, that is, I suppose. You might not want to have... You might not want to be running around. You might be quite enjoying, you know, illness, so to speak. If you can enjoy an illness. Not massive. I don't think there are many illnesses out there that you enjoy. You're joking? You prefer rum? What's your favorite rum? I do like the rum a lot. I mean, not a lot. I'm not sort of alcoholic, but I do prefer rum. I do like a bit of whiskey, but like whiskey mac, and that's mostly happy with. They need to get all weird with it. Dead Man's... you know, I've not tried that one. I'm not massively into sort of cherry flavored things. But I do like Dead Man's Fingers. I have some of that in the house, or at least I did. I don't know if it still exists. It did at Christmas, certainly, which was several months ago, admittedly. Otherwise, Kraken. Those two. Okay. Did you drill a barrel? No, I didn't drill it. I put the barrel onto a lathe, and I lathed it out. We don't do barrel drilling here. That's for noobs and amateurs. We actually put it onto a lathe and put a bit in there and get it done properly. No fucking about here, mate. Come on now. I mean, there is a lot of fucking about. Let's be honest. When it, you know, but once we actually start painting, USC, hello, how's it going? I'll show you the bit I'm painting. It is... God, if I can find the page. There. It's a 3D printed bit by Alpine Vice. I had these geezers I have printed out. I don't know where they are. I've been looking all over my desk and I can't see them for the life of me. Evidently, I tidied them away. Oh, wait, hold on. Right. They aren't there. I thought there was a slight off chance that they were I saw something out of the corner of my eye over there. They're not there. A sad time. So we're just printing it out. We printed out this. We painted him last week or the week before. Here's Station Forge's Free Guard, and I was not expecting to like this blue so much. Like I really like this. So if we do get around to painting some more of their Free Guard, we're definitely going to go blue and red. Because I think he looks dead snazzy. So we're going to paint the blast shield blue. And then if I ever find the artillery crew for it, I will paint them. But that does mean I have to actually find them. Or just print them out again, I suppose. Yeah, well, they are... it's very Cadian styled. They are very Cadian styled. In, you know, with their helmets and sort of carapace, or well, torso, you know, black armor or whatever you want to call it. Yeah, it is very Cadian styled. So, but where are we? Station Forge. It's basically, well, they have their Grimguard. They have their Free Guard. And they have Royal Guard. Who are these? Royal Guard? I missed this one. Who do these look like? Ooh. Oh, okay. I missed them. But, you know, that's Station Forge's stuff. And their Grimguard is kind of like more like Krieg-esque. For example, here's a Grimguard horse lad, which is pretty sweet. I need to get that one done. He's on a metal horse. Problem is, it's very easy to print a miniature, and then it's when you actually get to, then you actually have to paint them. I've got a bunch of miniatures I need to paint. What's up, Reno? Happy Tuesday to you, dude. Happy Tuesday. We are dual streaming, by the way, to Twitch and YouTube, so if you're on Twitch and you hear me chatting away to someone and you don't know who they are, it might be someone on YouTube, and vice versa. You've lost 2 lots of blood. How did you lose those days? Praetorians? Yes. Yes, absolutely. I mean, the problem is, right? The problem is, I don't have any Praetorians. I do have Vestroyans. I'm just psyching myself up to paint them. I'm psyching myself up to get them painted. I just don't want to cock it up. I really like the Vestroyans, and I don't want to make a pig's ear of painting them, which is why I just like keep delaying things. And it is terrible. It is terrible, but I don't know. Send it to the next wave. I know. So the thing is, I have been putting together a or I am putting together like a little Catachan army ish, little ish, and then we got the Vestroyans to. I think that. We had the book. It's gone AWOL. The demon. God, what was that book called? The one which brought in the Grey Knights and Sisters of Battle in the Inquisition and made them into like a demon hunting army. So that is basically what we got planned. We got I've got a Catachan list, and then we're going to do the original my original sort of like demon hunters army, which we did. We did start many moons ago. So we got some old, like I collected Sisters of Battle or Adept, whatever they were called, Sisters of Battle when they were first released, and Grey Knights when they were first released. And so I'm gonna make a Demon Hunters army, which I'm very, very much excited about. But the problem is I get sidetracked so much. It drives me around the bend. I just get so sidetracked, and it's one bloody project after another, which is why I've reactivated my blog, and I'm hopefully going to use that as a way to sort of keep me on track. Hopefully. So I think we're just going to go with, I said we're going to put some red in here. I think we're just going to go with blue. Like armored bits and some gold bits. I think we might just ignore the red on this particular thing. I don't think we need to bring I don't think we can. I think we can. You know, okay, that bit there maybe can be read. This shroud, whatever this bit is, where when it shoots, the thingy goes in there. The thingy. I use the technical words on this channel. We started collecting back in 02. Then they killed the line. It was bloody terrible. Absolutely terrible. I do have... I have it somewhere nearby. It's gone AWOL, along with everything else. But when I got my hands on that book, I thought it was so cool. And then I can't quite remember the order of purchases, but basically I had that book, and then I collected Sisters of Battle, or vice versa. And then this Grey Hunters appeared, and I got some Terminators and some, I don't know what they were called, just the regular geezers. And they were great. And then basically I ended up buying a box of the old Apocalypse Space Marine. This box. And then I realized what I purchased and put it into storage for about 10 years. So we finally almost got those miniatures done. I have basically 9 Rhino chassis to build. 8 Rhinos and 1 Razorback. And then I've got to paint 1 more Dreadnought. The Captain, the Sergeant, sorry, the Captain, the Lieutenant, and the Banner Bearer. And then that box is... I'm saying, well, I need to rebase 100 miniatures, which I am putting, not looking. It's going to be utter hell. Yeah, I was very lucky to get my hands on that. I was working for Disney at the time. Curse their name. And there was on the Lion King musical, and there was a Games Workshop store just around the corner, like a sort of 5-minute walk away. So when that box set was released, I moonwalked in there and basically ordered it straight away. I kind of wish I'd also... Well, I would have liked to have gotten one of the Imperial Fists... Sorry, Imperial Guard box sets as well at the time, but... I suppose that's a good thing. Was it called the Emperor's Fist, or the Hammer of the Emperor, or... You know, the Emperor's nostril hairs or something. It was called something. Yeah, that is the mighty algorithm message. There is a screen there. I hadn't seen that. There's a little screen there with some buttons and a control thing of some point. So we can do a little bit of you know, green glow. Breach, that's the word, right? This breach thing? Could be wrong. Making a mess of that, it's fine. It's only a test paint. Join all the other test paints. So that... We are painting this gold, red. So I'm just painting it metallic for some reason first, so whatever. Hammer of the Emperor, yes, that was it. Was able to get it before I got out of hobby in 7th. Only regret is selling your guard. Oh. What blend of guard did you have? Was it like, was it a sort of, you know, I was going to say Cattian. What I meant to say was it sort of Cadian based, or was it Cattian, or what was the deal? And are you back into it now? I just took a break. Like, got into the hobby in, well, 1989, I guess, with Space Hulk. I didn't have, it wasn't my game. It was a friend's game, but they got me into it in 89. 90 playing Space Hulk and Space Crusade. My first army, Space Growlers. Space Wolves. This is one of the first miniatures I ever painted. Back in, I'm saying 1994, but I'm not 100% sure. Strangely, like, the paint has actually remained on it relatively well, considering. And this was when I didn't prime my miniatures either. It's just you know, just the quality of my painting. It's so good, it lasts. So if I get commissioned to do anything, you know, it might last a few minutes. Was able to get before. Hold on. You actually paint? No, well, you have to do test paints, or at least I do, because I don't want to, you know, have an army to paint and then realize that the scheme is completely wrong. It's a complete and utter waste of time. Complete and utter waste. For example, I'll show you. We did a test paint for my Ultramarines, for that box set, in fact, which I just showed you. We did a test paint, and here they all are. In the end, we do have to do the basing. Basing wasn't done, but that wasn't part of the plan then. Because you know, I'd like to paint armies, but I don't want to. Problem is, if it doesn't look right, then I'm going to absolutely hate it. So I need to do test paints on the old miniatures before we actually knuckle down and get the work. Now, I know you're teasing, but just in case some people are lurking and they might be wondering the exact same thing, and I was like, well, now is my opportunity. Give them the knowledge. Where's the steel paint? There it is. You had a large mix of the old pewter models? Hell yes. Steel Legion? Oh. From the Armageddon book. Mordian and Vestroyan. Oh, the Mordians. You wanted some Valhallan. But they were oop. Son of a beast thing. Yeah, I swear to God. If they... Okay. So, as I said, I have written a sort of Cattian list of sorts. Where is it? I don't know if this is going to be it, but I will show it to you anyway. Doesn't look like I had in mind. Oh, screw it. I'll show it to you anyway. So there's this list here with Lehman Russ Commander, some Cattian Jungle Boys, heavy weapon squads, Death Strike, a couple of Hellhounds, a couple of Exterminators, a Manticore, and Scout Sentinels and Chimeras. I don't think I like this list. See, I got the Valhallan Space Wizards. I don't know why I call them that, but it's in my... Where's it gone? And then there was this list with the Ogryn bodyguards and like the Cattian heroes, Straken and Harker. Sly Marbo. 50 geezers. Heavy weapons. Kazakin. Basilisk, Deathstrike. Griffin Mortar. Double Hellhound, Manticore, Valkyrie. I don't know where my list is. I have a list with a Storm Lord. Hammer? Storm Hammer? I don't know. The one with the Gatling gun attached to it. I keep writing lists with... I'm just looking for reasons to look at paint tanks at the moment. So I ended up with a mix of Cadian and Catchin at the end. Yeah. I wonder what happened to that army of yours. I wonder what happened to it. If it's not really any consolation. But I had my old 2nd edition box of Warhammer 40k, which I purchased. Well, I was given it with it was like a sort of joint Christmas present with my youngest brother at the time, who was wanting to get into 40k, or at least paint orcs and stuff like that, because he was, how old would he have been in sort of 94 or whenever it was? 94. He would have been 7 or 8. And I was like 14 or 15 or whatever it was. But he was very much into just wanting to paint some orcs and fight his eldest brother. So that's what we did. But I have a sneaky suspicion they got rid of that box. When I moved to the States for 3 years in like end of 99 to 2002-ish. While I was gone, I have a sneaky suspicion they sold it. Because they also sold the Super Nintendo. I was very sad about. Very, very sad. That was a very sad situation. So. This thing here is going to be... The blast shield's going to be blue. It's going to have gold trim. Such as it is. It's not massive of it. This like raised lip here and these bits here, those are going to be gold. That's going to be blue. I don't know where the little sort of mud flap things are. Those are also going to be blue. That's going to be blue. I suppose potentially this thing here can be red. Like this little bit here can be. But the rest of the bits and pieces can. But this is all these port struts can be. I reckon they might regret this. I guess that's the point of a test. Electrical cables there. What's up on the first? How you doing today, dude? Happy Tuesday to you. How's your day looking? I didn't get nearly as much stuff as I wanted to get done today. I'm still grumbling about it. It was just a last minute thing just appeared. Like, God. I wasn't unhappy to be doing it. It was a thing that was asked of me at the last minute. I was like, was just about to settle down and start work, and can you give me a hand? I was like, do. As I said, test piece. So you can see some of these like divots on here. Like that's one there. There's another one. Another one. Another one. That's because I 3D printed. I didn't properly clean the undersides. Mostly because as I keep saying, it's a test piece, but also the undersides. Like, a lot of people probably don't. Well, a lot of people might not bother with painting the undersides. When it comes to painting the army properly, I will cleaned up as possible. But for now, I will just live with the shame. Hook. I do have a rather nice print of a like what would you call it? Like almost a universal carrier. There was a Forge World vehicle, and I've forgotten the name of it. Forgotten the name of it. Tomorrow, we're not going to print it. You want to print that church out? No one will see. Well, this is the problem. I know. No, you won't. Most people aren't going to see it after it's back. I know that, but the problem is, I know that it's bobbly and that's enough. That's enough to irritate me. If I can get over the fact that I know that there's a disaster going on, you know, that's a pretty big thing. It's a major thing for me. It's a hurdle that drives me around the bend a lot, and it would be great if I could just not care, right? So not be so fussed about it. For example, my rhinos, all 8 rhinos and 1 razorback, I'm painting the insides of them. A little bit. I mean, I'm not doing a great job on them, but they are being painted a little bit. A little tiny bit. I don't even know if I have an image of it on my Instagram. I did a test paint for one. I'll see if I'll go to the cupboard and see if I can find it. I did a test paint for the inside of the rhino. It's a bit rough. It's a bit rough, and I'll have to live with it. But you know, it's the inside of a vehicle that no one's going to see. Centaur. Oh, was it the Centaur? The hell is that vehicle? don't know what that is. That's a weird file which I've got on my history. Let me show you. Well, I'm sorry, so you look after yourself, young man. Get that project done. Get that sleep. Get the sleep done. Do the sleep. Good for you, apparently. Thank you very much for swinging by, as always. Where the bloody hell is this vehicle? Ah, I think it's the Centaur. That's not the Centaur. I'm pretty sure it is the Centaur. The bloody hell. Open with Firefox. It's this thing. Whatever this vehicle is, that's the one I have to print out. Oh, you even put a link in chat for me. Oh God, stop. Yes, that thing. This includes Imperial Guard formations such as Death Corps, so I can legitimately use one. So I do need to print one of those at some point. Itchy nose. The Salamander vehicle. Which one was that? Oh, it's an armored. This thing. So is this a Chimera chassis? Like tracks with... It's a Chimera chassis, right? With like top. It's like a slender... Yeah, on the Chimera chassis. What it is. It's got a big shooter on it and some spiky things. And a bolter. They need to bring it back, the old... Back when Forge World used to be great. Yeah, exactly. So, USC, just so you know, I'm also chatting to someone on Twitch and vice versa. Twitch, I'm also chatting to someone on old YouTuber Rene. So if you're wondering what's going on, with an autocan instead of a multi-laser, yeah, I was never a fan of the multi-laser. Never a fan of it. So, let me show you. We do have a sweet project at some point. We want it on this stream. Once we start hitting some goals regularly, we do have a large project on the go, and that will be this bad boy. Well, we'd have to print it out first, but that alone is not going to be cheap. Or, like, quick. And I do need to figure out where it's going to get put. But we have the files at least. So, like, as I said, once we start hitting some goals, like, regularly, then we can make this thing happen. But, I don't actually know what colors we're going to paint it. I mean, Krieg colors makes the most sense, or Krieg-esque makes the most sense. Because I think I do want to get some Death Corps of Krieg, like an artillery division from them. And this might be a piece. They evidently took over some planet, and this was chilling there, and they were like, "Yo, right, this is ours. We're having this." The massive artillery thing, we're definitely having it. All right, I just wanted to make it clear because, like, occasionally people are like, "Who the hell are you talking to?" Because they can't see their own chat moving. But yeah, so I am looking forward to painting this. I think we're going to do it in Krieg-esque colors. It makes the most sense to me, at least. And there is another vehicle. Did I add it to my... Did I do it to like a favorite? Do I have a favorite thing on? I'm just trying to think. Likes. Following. I don't have any collections. Drat. I can't remember who it was. There was someone. Someone inside my home. Who did a sweet vehicle, which is also a large tank of doom. Like that, it had I think it was a massive plasma gun with a couple of sort of anti-aircraft. What is that? A couple of anti-aircraft sort of batteries either side of it, but it was not. I'm trying to think who it was. Anyway, we'll find it. We'll find it. But we do have to do a little bit of printing. I got to get those two printers fired up. We are going to have to print a vehicle. I think I said, sorry, vehicle, a house. Smokehouse, potentially. Smokehouse. I think we're going to have to print the smokehouse out. Decock, gun emplacements would be fun for terrain. They really would. Like, it would... All like the trench works surrounding the gun emplacements, all the trench works, all of the sandbagged emplacements and stuff like that, the concrete or whatever, bunkers and things like that around it, like the concreted over sort of ammo supplies, ammo stores. Then you could have a subterranean lair fighting around the artillery shells. Great idea, by the way. Roll a dice for accidental misfire or something. Accidentally setting off the powder keg or whatever the phrase is from the good old days. The new Horus Heresy gun emplacements also... Oh, God. I found a picture on my phone. Hold on. I can't show you the screen. But I found a picture on my phone of an old bit of Forge World scenery I found. Photos. It was from, like, I had some of the old Forge World scenery. I had the old bunker. I had it had loads of sandbags on it. And I had one of, like, the big... Was it the Administratum building? With the sort of chunky pillars and things? I had one bit of scenery from like that. And unfortunately I sold the bloody... Because I didn't think I was getting back into the hobby. So this was like an amount of years ago when I put everything into storage. So I'm just scrolling through these pictures and just saw pictures of my old dog. Oh, God. Here. Best of October. Hold on. Let's, that, not that you can really see that. I think that was an old Forge World bit of scenery. If not, I mean, it could have been anything really. It's basically it's sandbags, some barrels, and like a sand. You know those sand trap things? Those, I don't know what they are. We could probably recreate that these days. In fact, I have some printed barrels already. We can recreate this bad boy. You remember? Yes, I'm really irritated that I sold this, by the way. Well, I'm just generally irritated. All the old forts. The only one I kept was the Gorgon. I just didn't get it with the troops inside it. That's the irritating thing. I got it off Forge World, eBay, I believe. And it didn't have the people inside it because I think that was an optional extra you had to pay more money for, and that person didn't do that. Some bananas. You're irritating. You're not. You're not irritating. Saw the new Drop Site Massacre display this weekend. I saw you went up. Did your dog enjoy Warhammer World? A lot of dead salamanders. I'm gonna have to go up at some point. I know Reno was planning on going as well. This at the weekend. Didn't manage it this time. Hopefully another time though. I'm gonna neck the rest of my coffee. So what do I have to do? Okay, we're gonna look at this. This is going to be blue. Blue. Gold. Gold. Gold banding. This thing's going to be red. Don't ask why, it's going to be red. That's going to be gold. It's gold colored. It's still like metal. Like a strong metal, not like... But they just colored it. They're like pimp my artillery. Instead of pimp my ride, it's pimp my artillery. Blue housing. Blue housing. Actually going to be more blue on this tonight than I was planning. That's going to be... No, hold on. Blue housing. This entire thing. That's all going to be steel. All the way down to there. That's going to be... Okay, we're doing that. This can all be steel. This can be blue. 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 I think that, yeah, we'll... Blue, steel, blue. Just I don't want to be painting everything steel. It would be very easy to just do everything and then except maybe treat ourselves and do that with a color. But also, we want to maximize the amount of painting to do. No, really, when I'm well, I wind your mum up to the point she wants you ill again. Oh, bloody hell. Say, listen here, mum. I'm an absolute treat, okay? He says it in jest. I certainly hope so. I certainly hope so. 3. Oh, hello. Sorry, my phone. I got to keep an eye on my phone today as much as I can. So I do apologize. Normally when I'm streaming, I'm not massively keen on looking at my phone. I like to... I like to pay attention to, and a little bit of the painting. Not that we do much. However, I'll charge my coffee cup up. Right. Fact, you know what? We're not going to be painting the blue bit yet. Let's just get the steel done. What's everyone else up to today? Tell me what you're up to. I'd like to know the things. So, steel? Oh, I don't know if that's going to work. But we'll make it work. Bit watery. Don't know if it is going to work. Instantly regretting my decisions. Very watery. Paint's not even... Oh! You got Oblivion Remaster today, and it's a mixed bag. Oh, really? Are you, what, enjoying some aspects of it, not so keen on the rest? Reno, we won't do any spoil. Honored first managed to get up to Warhammer World. I didn't realize they had a new display on. So you, when you managed to get up there, you look forward to seeing that. I definitely would like. Eating Discord. Spread on its own. Wait, what? Just work, then either Dark Tide or putting out a third Chimera. Ooh. How is Dark Tide these days? I've not played that in a hot minute. Not that we played huge amounts of it before. Truth be told. But it was certainly was a fun game. Like it was like obviously Vermintide, which was fun. Yeah. New display. Yeah, Honored first said there was a new display on for the Drop Site Massacre. Which I didn't realize was happening. Because I do not have my finger on the pulse. Like as much as I used to. Biscoff spread. Oh, hello. Oh, instead of Discord spread. Alright, I'm with you now. Darktide rocks. I did enjoy playing it when I was playing it. I just like with all bloody games, I don't have enough time for them, or I don't make enough time for them. I don't know when I last played that. It's because I managed to make a little bit of time to play Call of Duty these days. I'm trying to make a little bit more time to play games. But I'm just wanting to grind out the bloody, stupid levels on Call of Duty. That's my main issue, which is slightly tedious. And prestige and all of that sort of nonsense. But never really got into a huge amount back in the good old days. I just played COD for the multiplayer and enjoyed the hell out of it. Talking utter drivel to friends on TeamSpeak at the time, and Ventrilo or whatever it was that we were using back then. Or would it have been Vent or TS2? TeamSpeak. TeamSpeak? Yeah, it could have been TeamSpeak. I don't know. Whatever it was, a program. Update to update is quite fun. Oh, okay. Well, I do have it. Like I do own the game. Technically. Dark Tide. When did I last play it? December 6th, 2022. Absolute terrible person. Me and the partner are trying to plan the trip to be more than a few hours. Than drive back. Well, yeah. I mean, I don't think it is a bit of a slog. It is a bit of a slog. These trips up and down. The display might be the diorama pics. Okay. I think you're right, Reno. I think you're right. Yeah. You may head up there next year again. I would like to go at some point again. What's up, Fluent Code? How's it going today, dude? Happy Tuesday. Tuesday. I know what day it is. So, I'm very irritated that I've got to spend time fiddling around with my bloody website. Very irritated about it. To get the email situation sorted out. But we are going to print out the smokehouse. I think. No, sorry, I take that back. We're definitely going to print it out. I've got 2 printers right there. I'm going to fire those up like near the end of the stream. And it's probably going to be like on tomorrow's stream, it's still going to be printing. It's probably going to be many hours, to put it mildly. Probably finish on Thursday. I've got to get... I then need to print out some risers for the AMS things so that they don't overheat. It's all good getting into the whole concept of the working week. The don't do emails are so 2021. Well, what are the other options? I see on bloody websites, you know, a lot of the times they're like, yeah, here's our WhatsApp. It's like, what? No, WhatsApp is for the family. I'm not polluting my WhatsApp account with, you know, stuff. That's basically all I've got to say about that. Absolutely melting, by the way. Terrible. Yeah. So we've got to do some printing. I think... I think we are going to print that church out. I think we are going to print the church out on the resin printers. That means I've got to locate the files. Unfortunately, they haven't got shunted through to my mini factory yet. Irksome, to say the least. However, when, you know, hope springs eternal and all that good stuff, it will appear. Not on this computer. Not going to appear on this because I don't have the stupid code. Give the program, it's all instant. I can't stand it. I can't stand it. Fluent code. Like, there's a time and a place for it. Emails should stay like they're professional. All right. Instant messaging, it's far too casual. It's far too casual. How can one maintain a safe distance from the customer and vice versa without emails? It gets personal, then you start smooching, and then it all goes wrong. And you have to respond to any new contact with all right, bruv. Things that I will not be doing. I cannot be I cannot. No. That might be a you problem. What, the smooching? Hey, listen. Yeah, it might be. Hey, what's wrong with a smooch? Everyone likes a smooch. Right? Maybe? Probably not everyone. I'm sure there are some people who are anti-smooching. Is there a Mrs. Badger? No. Not yet. Hope springs eternal and all that kind of good stuff. The response back... It can be. Yeah, well, the thing is, I'm not really into... I'm not massively into talking about my personal life. Like, I know a lot of streamers are just, like, absolutely fine with it. But I've never been massively into sort of, like, talking to anyone about, like, my personal life. Unless, like, for example, like, when I worked at Lion King, I dated some ladies. Not all at the same time. But, like, we all, like, that was kind of... We were all working together. We all kind of knew what was going on. That was different, but, like... I don't know. Hence why the F off. No, but I just find it weird. Like, I don't quite understand. It's called private life for a reason, and then I don't know. It's something I'll never quite understand. But whatever. Hey ho. Did he back? Sarabi? It can be. Am I blushing? I don't know. It's actually rather warm in here. I'll just turn that on and leave it at that. I did. Well, like I said, I don't really talk about my personal life. This feels weird. This is one of those weird things, I suppose. We're going to do this entire breach block out of steel. We're not going to paint it blue. What about the blue? What about blue steel? I leave that to Zoolander. I'll leave that to Zoolander. So we're gonna paint that little bit of the gun carriage red. I think that's going to be our only little bit of red that we're going to have on this. Really, it's going to be mostly pickups and blue. I'm going to regret painting this steel now because I know in a bit we're going to get blue all over these metal bits. Which bits we... So this is going to be blue. This is going to be red. This chunk of metal is just going to be painted blue. Not entirely sure about... I suppose it makes sense to... Everything's going to be metal at this point, which is not what I was wanting to do at all. But there we go. Hey ho. What are we all eating tonight, folks? I need to know. Because at the moment, all I'm having is tomato... Well, it's basically hot, pepper soup. Not black pepper, like red pepper soup, you know, with tomatoes and other wibbly wobbly bits in. And then some ham and cheese with some nice bread. That's what I'm eating tonight. Tell me what you're eating. Make me envious, if you can. Gotta be honest, that soup is pretty bloody good, though. Not too shabby. And other words as well. Oh, we have a little support there we didn't remove. Naughty, naughty. Gonna go in and annihilate that in just a second. We haven't painted the inside of the wheels. Like the... We're gonna have to get it off the blue tack and then paint the insides. Something else. I see chat whizzing, don't worry. I'm not completely ignoring you, I promise. I'm in the zone. The painting zone. Dirty rice. What are you having with this dirty rice? Tell me about your dirty rice experiences. We use Mephiston red to paint that. Did I just see drop frames? No. No drop frames. What a time to be alive. What a time to be alive. I absolutely love it. I am going to have to fire up Bamboo Printer. Where are you? Got to turn the printers on. Terrablocks. The smoked kit at Kipper House. Is there. It's meat, red beans, tomatoes, chili, and rice. I'm what, all mixed up? I would very much like that. I would love that. That sounds absolutely delicious. Hypothetically, I would be all over that. In fact, I mean, that sounds like, I don't want to say it sounds like chili, but I mean, it sounds like in the direction of, what's going on with this browser? Sounds like it's going in that direction. And it's been a hot minute since I've had chili, and I'm gonna have to acquire some. I'm gonna have to make some. I just need to type in smokehouse. The smokehouse can go in there. Smoked skipper house can go in there. The smokehouse can go. So, oh my god. Oh my god. Printing guide. Takes 20 minutes to cook. I think I'm gonna. I can't do it today, but I'm gonna go to the shops this. I normally leave my shopping to the last minute. I put it off as long as possible. So if you don't know me, I have epilepsy. I don't drive, so I'm not legally allowed to drive. I used to love driving, but in the end I just gave up my driving license because I kept having too many seizures. Which is why I work from home. We'll try and work from home at least. So basically I leave the shopping to the last minute, and then I go and get a bunch of days and hope for the best. So I think I'm gonna make some chili this weekend. I think I'm gonna have some chili this weekend. I'm gonna get some stuff. So we do need to print this out. The smokehouse. There's a bunch of 30 parts. Fact. I've just seen the part listing of this. Fanny's manhole. Oi. So there are a bunch of bits to print. I was giving me a headache just cackling about that like an infant. We really need. This is going to be 3 printers, I reckon. I need to get one of these. I need to start getting these printers. We want to get this working. So I think we're going to get the flatter bits on the P1S, and then the larger bits on the X1C. And hopefully get a good chunk of this printed over the next 2 or 3 days. Half a pound of sausage, beef or lamb. Can of diced tomatoes, yes, that's what we're getting. 2 diced green chilies. Cup of rice. I'm sold. I'm very sold on that. I'm very sold on that. I like the idea of that. I think I normally go with beef. I think I would go with beef. I do love lamb. Like, I am very, very keen on lamb. I don't know if that's my all-time favorite sort of meat, but I am quite keen on it. Quite keen on it indeed. So I'm gonna actually turn the printers on. C3PO is already on, apparently. That's incorrect. Yes. Yeah, they're both on now. There we go. Right. They're going to warm up. Where were we? We got to figure out the blue. What the hell? No, we got to paint the inside of the wheels first. Inside of the wheels. Then we're going to hose the absolute bollocks out of this with gloss nuln oil. That is the plan. We're just going to absolutely hose it down. No, we're not. We're gonna put the we're gonna we're gonna put the red on. Then we're gonna do the blue and gold. Then we'll hose it down with the things. When we were stationed in the UK, I love lamb. Well, when I lived in the States, I didn't really come across lamb. Like, it was mostly cursed turkey, which I do like turkey. I don't hate it, but it just seemed to be turkey everywhere. And beef and sausage stuff. But lamb was a rarity. Whereabouts in the UK were you stationed? If you're allowed to divulge. Right, I need to figure out what this bloody blue was. Because there was a... I got to figure out what blue we used. Techless blue... It wasn't this one. I got to figure out what blue I went with. We're going to find it. Oh. Okay. So, I need to write this in my... weird sort of paint diary, which I keep forgetting to use. I have a book, which I meant years ago to actually sort of start writing in sort of recipes. And I didn't really get very far with it because I kept forgetting about it. I have got some orc skin written in pencil. Why did I write it in pencil, you bloody idiot? Anyway, we are going to continue to... I'm going to attempt to continue to use it. We're not... Okay, so... Oh, South London? Oh, okay. I lived in South London, so I lived in Wandsworth, Streatham. Where was the other place? Crystal Palace? Gypsy Hill? My brother is in Croydon. That's where he lives right now. Well... He's not there right now. He's over in Georgia at the moment with his family. As in, like, the country rather than state. Playtock? Ah, Cantor Blue. I can't spell. Agaroth. Techless. Techless and Blue Horror. Though we don't have Blue Horror for some. Oh, we do. God, I write in capitals because my handwriting is so bad. Like when I was at school getting taught how to write sentences to get like joined up writing, it's absolute catastrophe. Now all I know is one of my Techless blues is a complete and utter disaster. It's a complete and utter it's a complete disaster area. I don't know if it's because I didn't jiggle it enough. I have a sneaky suspicion that that was the cause, but it was all over the place. Oh. This it? Great. So I've got... Oh, I think this was the dodgy one. I'm looking at it now and going, that's... Like, this is a lot more consistent. This just needs years of jiggling. So, we've got our base color. We got our other color. We got our... Oh, crikey Moses. We got some Nagaroth Knight as well for some extra deep shade. I thought I had Blue Horror. I know as soon as if I order it, then it'll appear. It's just how it is. Techless blue. So I'm gonna use deep sky blue. I think that'll probably do the trick. Ba, 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 ba. Yeah, we're gonna have to really jiggle. That's just needs years of jiggling. We're gonna get some of this blue on, otherwise we're never gonna get anywhere. Actually, do the red first. Do the red first. Apologies for getting the hair in the microphone in the camera. Go. I just saw an email. I don't normally look at my phone when I'm streaming, but today's a bit of a different day. But I just saw hot Kickstarter projects, Time Crisis. Time Crisis. Oh, that was a whole thing. We might actually have a quick look at Kickstarter. This is not a buying stream. This is not a buying stream, but when you see something like that, you don't have much choice. You pretty much have to look at such things. I just type in Time Crisis. Have a quick butchers at this. 24. Oh god, it's already shot over the thingy. Steel Gunner and Steel Gunner 2. With the decline of CRT TVs, precision-based light gun games have faded into nostalgia. You're damn right, it's an absolute tragedy. Premium. Premium. If they had House of the Dead, they got Time Crisis, Point Blank, Steel Gunner, and Steel Gunner 2. And they got the pedal. Oh, they got a pedal. This was a good time. This was a good time playing these games. Or at least Time Crisis. I'm not familiar with those two. Maybe I'm missing out. But if I tell you what, if they had bloody House of the Dead 1 and 2, that would be bloody amazing. That I think it was House of the Dead 2 at college in the States. They had an arcade machine. Anyway, we do have the heavy tank was done. So we will, once the files appear in my, handbag, so to speak, I will be printing out one of these ASAP. I think we'll go with the basic one to begin with. But then obviously we'll do the fancy one with the mega Gatling guns of doom on and, random tortured people on it and candles and things. What else do we have here? No Man's Gothic. This is scenery. Oh. Trench scenery for your Trench Crusade action. Or indeed your Deathcore of Krieg gun emplacements and stuff like that. I wonder. They do gun emplacements like artillery, sort of what do you call it? Like the artillery area of a trench. I think there's a word, but I could be just hallucinating on that one. Probably am, in fact. I don't know what I'm talking about half the time. Merchant. It's a lifetime commercial license. Emplacement is the word, I think, was the word we were going with earlier. Roads, gangwalks, destroyed comm sections. These are all locked. Bastion. Bio-Gothic. I haven't actually backed any of these, because they do like the Star Wars Legions, or is it Shatterpoint? I think this is Shatterpoint, in fact, that they've done before. Styled scenery. I think this is Shatterpoint rather than Legions. I'm not entirely sure of the difference. I think Shatterpoint's a bit more cartoony looking. I could be wrong, though. Anyway, we'll worry about that later. That's we've got several years for that. So, where is we're doing the red first, I think. Get the red done. Right, where is a suitable brush? I have some red paint in the wet palette already. Maybe. Maybe, baby. This wet palette is on its way out, like this bit of paper at least. I almost painted the entire barrel red. That would have been humiliating. Absolutely humiliating. Don't worry about that. So it's going to have to wait, do a couple of coats of this. Obviously. Couple of coats. I think that's going to be more than enough red. I don't want to go completely bananas. We've got gold to slap on as well. And then loads of blue. Literally have to wait for this to dry because... yeah. Right, so... I do wonder if I can open up. Why is GoXLR on this computer running? Oh. Bamboo Studio, where are you, sunshine? Hopefully that's not going to break the stream. I don't think it will, but, you know. We've got 0 drop frames, so that's fine. We have been streaming for 2 hours, 9 minutes. Yes. Was I going to do this? Or was I going to do... We got 2 ground plates done. Hold on. Run with me on this, folks. We were going to do... So, we've got some ground printed for the cottage. And we did a road divider thing. I don't... Weirdly, where do I don't need to refresh that, surely. What am I missing here? Oh, I got early access. Of course. Right. There's our little rat boys. Okay, so we have printed out one of the road dividers over there. Now, underneath it is some stuff, also known as sewers. We could do a bit of sewer next to the cottage. I don't have to really stick with it, but I think we should do something. So we could go with like a bit of like... It would only be like one of these chunks. You see these? I don't know if you can see these little dots. But that's how big the chunks are. So this bit here is made of 3 different ones. And this one's 1, 2, 3. And there's a 4th one there. I think probably this maybe, or... As you can see, you can do multiple layers of... sewer and stuff like that. Beneath your roadway. So that is potentially a plan. I'm just really thinking of stuff so that I can start putting, like, when I get around to doing my old world stuff, we have some scenery to plonk them onto. I do want to get around to doing some stuff for 40k. Unfortunately, I don't really have any, like, scenery as good as this for 40k. I mean, honestly, this cathedral is pretty bloody 40k. It's not actual 40k, but you could easily believe... like the Sisters of Battle or something, like having like this as one of their smaller shrines or something like that. But the woo, oh, I am so sorry. I am so sorry for that. Could build some underneath the house. Granny's cottage, we could have, for example, that's the Granny's cottage right here. This building, this little building here, which took 36 hours, I think, on one printer. So when we get around to printing big stuff, well, that's a whole load of stress. But I reckon we need to get something. Hey, what's up, Lucian? How's it going, dude? Not Granny's Garden? No, not Granny's Garden, no. I don't even know what that is. How you doing, dude? What's going on? I'm just pondering, I want, like, the printers are idle at the moment. So I thought I should probably get something printing. That's basically it. I think we're gonna do the smoked kipper house. I think that's probably what we're gonna do. Yeah. How's your Tuesday looking? Just cook it. Talk to me about the cooking. We've already got someone's making some dirty rice. Basically, like it sounds like it's verging on chili to me. I know, like probably proper aficionados of chili would be like, come on now, seriously. But it's certainly got the makings. So I'm liking the idea a lot, and I think I might try and make some over the weekend. Maybe if I can properly talk myself. Smoke me a kid probably back for breakfast. Absolutely. Shiver my timbers. So we're only going to paint this little bit red. Is it dirty, sir? Oh, hoots you, sir. Did she like it, sir? Did she? I used to love that show. Just the usual potato wedges with seasoning and smoked sausages on this very fine Tuesday. I mean, potatoes. They have a lot of explaining to do. They have a lot of explaining to do. Bloody potatoes. And bloody delicious. What? What? Yeah, no, today I had stuff planned, and it's like virtually none of it came to fruition. Very irritated with how today's gone in general. Like, there was a last minute change of like plans, which I was very happy to do, obviously, but like I hadn't planned on. I should have planned on it, to be honest, but I didn't for some reason. Anyways, a last minute change, so like an hour of my time got yoinked, which threw everything off. And then I came back and I was like, God damn it, I could only do part of what I wanted to do. So after stream today, I got to go and do the other bit. Balls, yeah, massive balls. Yeah. Anyway, it's not a disaster. It's just how it is. It's just how it is. What are you doing this evening, young man? I might have added too much water to the wet palette just then. Only time will tell. Tomorrow is another day. As my my old housemaster, right? Every morning he'd walk into the dormitory. He had a great big bundle of keys, right? Because like to locking all the doors and all that sort of crap. He would jangle the keys really loudly at some horrific time in the morning. I'm going to say 7. Which is a horrific time. I know a lot of people love being awake early in the morning. Those, you're wrong. It's not natural. But anyway, he'd walk into the bloody dormitory, and the general gist of what he would say was, another day, another dollar, another day closer to death. The most inspiring thing to wake people up to. Don't listen to their lies. Yeah. He really was. I mean, he was actually all right. He wasn't too bad. I don't know what they... So there was another teacher who lived in the house as well. I can't remember what they called, like, if they had a weird title or something. She was an English teacher, though. I won't say her name, but, like, back then, I'm not entirely sure what was going on, but she used to fry lettuce. She used to fry lettuce. Like, we'd have to walk in there for, like, tutorials or, I can't even remember what the hell she did, truth be told. She just was like second in command to the house master. Anyway, whatever, it doesn't really matter. But it always used to stink. Like she used to fry lettuce. At least that's what we thought. But thinking back on it now, I'm wondering if maybe she was doing stir fry. She might well have been doing stir fry. I was not a cook back then. I was like 14. I never had stir fry. I didn't have stir fry, I don't think, until many years later. Probably when I was like 18 or 19, truth be told. I mean, it took me up to like I was 16 or 15 when I had my. No, actually, they made us have curry at the first boarding school, which I absolutely despised. Because I wasn't really, back then, I wasn't really into rice. I like a rice pudding, but back then, rice, like, you know, it was like a what would have been a chicken korma or something like that, very mild. But back then, I thought it was the most disgusting thing in the world, and it probably wasn't great. They were mass producing it for like 180 children and teachers, I guess. Yeah, forced me. So it was like quite often just like have the absolute bare minimum. Eat this and you're gonna like it. Basically. Friday was the best day. Friday was the best day of the week, which I didn't realize. There's like fish and chips. Yum. I didn't realize Fishy Friday was a thing. Like, religiously. And then they did like chocolate pudding with chocolate custard. I did like that. We did like everyone like that. Yeah, so we got to do a little bit more red on this bad boy. Another coat of red. Fantastic Fridays, yeah. I mean, Friday was like at boarding school. It's like food-wise, it was definitely the best day because the fish and chips were actually, you know, the food wasn't horrific. Is what I'm trying to say. Bugger. Bugger again. I need to watch some more Sharp tonight, I think. I'm going to play a smidgen of Call of Duty. Like a good boy. And then I'm going to watch some Sharp. I think that's the general plan. Oh, God, I've been painting. And oh, God, I'm so sorry. I thought I'd... Look, I was just painting some red on here, I promise. I didn't mean... I'm so sorry. I just thought I'd I had to quickly look at the browser and thought I better double check that I'm not on some weird page. Fishy, what's up, Gabby, you slag? How you doing, dude? What's going on? Well, as I understand it, I'm not religious, right? But there was some deal with Fridays and fish. It wasn't a deal with the school and the fishmonger. They were like, yo, Fridays, we can hook you up with a cheap fish. Going out a date, give it to the kids, no one will know. It wasn't anything like that. Well, I don't think it was. I mean, maybe that's really what it came down to. But I think like there was I'm not it seems a lot of Christian schools. And it was like a Church of England school. Like did fish on Fridays. And I never realized. I don't know. You're just chilling? Fuck yeah. That's even a thing now. I does fish on a Friday? Yeah. I didn't realize it was like a thing. I mean, I'm not complaining because I love fish and chips. I love fish and chips. Because that is bloody delicious. Also, I like chips in a sandwich with ketchup. In fact, that's another thing I'm going to have this week, I think. I'm going to have chili and then chip butty. Or 7. I'll try not to have 7, but God almighty, they're delicious. Or a fish finger sandwich. Oh, Friday. Fish finger sandwich. Hello, Betty. Could be a religious. I think it's a religious thing. It makes sense, like, you know, and it just happens to be nutritious as well, as an added bonus. We're just talking about old school meals, Gabba. Because I was at boarding school. Like the first boarding school I went to was Tuesdays and Thursdays was porridge for breakfast, and you got a brown roll, like wholemeal roll, which you shove in some marmalade or some very gelatinous red jam. I think it was strawberry. Not entirely sure, but I usually went with marmalade because that actually tasted of something. But there was like the gelatinous jam. It looked like The Blob. Not that one. The film, The Blob. Fish from the chippy is a sad and disappointing exercise in nostalgia for real cod. Very true. Well, I mean, for the most cases, yes. Generic jam. Yeah, it was just like a red gelatinous goop. Actually, it wasn't even goop. It wasn't even sort of... It just was like a... I just remember they used to have like them in round, like flat-bottomed dishes. And it was just like they'd taken it with a big spoon and it just went splat. And it just... It was a bit like a jelly. Actually, no, that I'm giving it to... It didn't even jiggle that much. It wasn't like, you know, a freshly slapped bottom. It wasn't like that. It was more like that. Oh. With Erika Eleniak. Oh. Wait, are we talking about... Are we talking about Under Siege here, Lucian, or are we talking about another film? I'm gonna get some blue paint on here. Oh, The Blob. Okay, sorry. I thought we were talking about jiggle physics, essentially. And I thought you were talking about, and then he mentioned Erika Eleniak, and then I thought, oh, must be talking about Under Siege. She's in it, albeit briefly. I have seen that film probably once. Probably once, not many times. I've seen Under Siege a lot more, trust me. The Blob? That was the 80s film, right? Or was there a... Ah, okay, so there's a 1958 one, but there was also an 85 or an 88 film or something like that. So Steve McQueen was in the 58 version, and there's also a 1988 one. That must have been the Erika Eleniak one. No, The Blob, but yes, that also applies. Yes, it does. I need to watch this film. I need to find it. 50s sci-fi meets 80s trash with great results. Actually, you know what? I don't even know if I've seen the 80s. I think I've seen the Steve McQueen one once. I don't think I've seen this one. But, hold on. Folks, hold on. I'm going to share this page with you. If you're squeamish, just remember it's only a film and it's not real. Okay? The reason I wanted to show you this was firstly... Well, it was mostly this hair. Look at that. Frickin' hair. Look at the hair. They don't really jiggle physics with Eric. I know, she didn't really have enough screen time in that particular scene. Just tragedy. Absolute tragedy. She was also an E.T. Was she? That I did not know. That's not real. No, it wasn't real. But I just had to, you know, spoiler warnings. That Pat Sharp, well, that was my thought. I mean, it's Pat Sharp and the twins. Oh, I'm gonna attempt to maybe Sharp. I will not be watching Sharp tonight. Maybe I will be attempting to try and locate this film. There is some fantastic 80s hair in this film. Absolutely amazing stuff. Oh wait, hold, folks. Help me on this. I'm gonna flash you. He's not in RoboCop, is he? He's not the biker boy in RoboCop, is he? He is. Okay. All right. My brain was like, is he? He's a good lad in this film. He's apparently. I was going to watch Pat Sharp in Funhouse. Yeah. I mean, that does sound like that. Obviously, Pat Sharp and the twins in the Funhouse. That sounds like that's a perfect title to be, you know, used in another variety of films. Toxic Waste Dude, yeah. That was like, I remember watching that. So we went, when I was in, my mum has a very old friend who lives in Jersey, mostly. So we stayed with him for some summers. Because, you know, bloody nice. But he had a friend. I don't know who the hell he was, or she was. We went to their house, and they had like a screening version of RoboCop because he was something to do with it somehow. So I remember my brother and I, we managed to watch a good chunk of it. We watched up to, like, actually probably watched almost all of it. Like, that was our favorite scene. One of our favorite scenes. Getting splattered by the toxic waste. And then getting driven into. Not Phil Tippett. If only. Jesus, I tell you what. If I knew he was Phil Tippett, I would be like, yo. I'd have to try and remind him because I don't think he's like getting on a bit now. Not Phil. My mum's friend. I don't think he would be like, yo, can you hook me up? Oh, very much. Censored by our glorious government. Okay, well, I don't want to go down that route. We don't want to get into the politics. However, all I'm going to say on that front is, Jesus bloody Christ, I need to start looking at VPNs. Apparently. Okay, where is this paint going there? Oh, I don't know if this is the right place for this paint. I don't know if this is right. We're going back to the analog age of porno in the woods. You know what? I genuinely. I mean, that's very true. That is very true. I mean, I remember at school we did find like someone's stash in the woods. It was the weirdest thing. No. We did. We found a stash of someone's smut. I can't remember what the hell the magazines were called. They weren't like, I was going to say they weren't quality ones. They were, Jesus, what the hell were they? I can't even remember the titles of the magazines. Terrible. Woods porn is a rite of passage. Yeah, that doesn't really happen these days, though, does it? It's fine unless you find someone's laptop or something. Actually, hold on. I'm remembering the title of one of them, I think. No. I can't remember the name of the magazines. It's a tragedy. I remember one of the titles, like, very vividly, still after, God, how many, 32 years or something? 33 years. I can still vaguely remember the, like, one title, but I can't say it. I can't say it. On stream, at least. I remember the whole Woods thing at my private school. Yeah, it was bizarre. Like, I think we found out at the end that it was the son of one of the teachers. It was his stash. Razzle. It was a Razzle. Fiesta. Oh God, there's a proper classic old. Jimmy, was it the talking of Razzle or Jugs, which made you thought, you know, well, that's the kind of stuff we want on this. Thank you so much, dude. There's the button. Smash that a bunch. Dude, thank you so much for the resub. How the hell are you doing? I remember it was a Razzle, because I can still remember, like, some words on the front of it. It's like burned into my brain. Definitely Jugs. Connoisseur. I was a very wholesome child, and I went around my mate's house, and he said, look at my dad's magazine. He showed me one. I was like, tell me more. I want to know more about this. Jimmy, how's your Tuesday going, dude? What's going on? God, Fiesta as well. Jesus. Gotta wait for this paint to dry because it's quite wet. Been going okay. It appears I might have developed. Oh shit. Have you like had a checkup thing for that, or are you just gonna do what I do and just ignore it as long as possible and pretend it's not happening? That's my move. Usually works. Did you ever get a video shot porn? No. No, but the thing was, like, so my parents divorced when I was like 13. 12? 13? I can't quite remember. Anyway, whatever. So we ended up moving house, and then mum had to work. So like during the holidays, she did work from home, but also like she had someone come in and sort of like keep an eye on us for a bit. Let me say, this person We went to the video shop and she hired basically whatever we gave her. There are a lot of, like, bikinis and things exploding. Well, not those things exploding. But, like, tops just accidentally flying open. There were boobs left, right, and centre. And when Mum realised, she was like, you've got to see... No. Just, like, these are 18 films. Classified, whatever the word is. Like 15 at the best. Not 15 of the best. So like arthritis pains in your hands and legs. The doctor gave me their opinion, but I'm getting it diagnosed. It'll take many months. Are you going to like gonna get things moving in that direction though, Jimmy? He told me tall tales about how his dad and his company made a real ED209 or Ed209 and how dirty dancing involved lots of people jumping around naked. That's a different kind of dirty dancing. We're getting into at the time I was scared to watch it. Can you imagine a real ED209 or Ed209 if you're that way inclined? At the Blockbuster Lost. Yeah, we did go to a Blockbuster. We also went to like the like local sort of supermarket or mini market video place, and also opposite that there was also like another video place next to a pizza place, takeaway pizza place. Your first watching of Gremlins was fairly eye-opening. I've not seen that for donkey's years. Phoebe Cates, bikinis flying off. I don't think it was Ritz. So there was a Blockbusters we went to, but honestly, like between the supermarket, the little like local chain supermarket thing, they had like a bunch of videos. Dad was constantly getting us when he came to stay. He was constantly getting us like kung fu films and like Japanese sort of not horrors, yeah, just like Japanese and martial arts films. All the time, like Jackie Chan films, etc. The woman who was sort of paid to keep an eye on us, she was the one getting us basically 80s titty films, basically. It wasn't Ritz. MVC, no. Ritz predated the Busters? Enter the Dragon? Yeah. Yeah. Prodigal Son, Iron Man, yeah, exactly, all that good stuff. Now, when I was younger, so much younger than today, Big Trouble in Little China is one of my all-time favorite films. Yeah, absolutely adore that film. Our Video on the High Street. Let's hold on. I'm going to put the lid on the wet palette. We're going to go on a little... I'm going to open up the browser. I got to remember the old address. I will show you, not that you care, but I'm going to show you anyway. God, I've looked at it before. I've looked at our house before. So, I'm going to put disabled parking outside our old house. So we used to live... we're going for a little journey down this one. We used to live here, I think, or was it this one? No, it was this one here. Anyway, it was one of these houses, very nice in Bath. So we used to go down this road, whee, right, straight down here to the high street, such as it was at the time. And then here is, okay, so it's a spa now. So that used to be a different local supermarket type thing, which had films in. Great. I thought I said jugs for a second. My mind's been put into the gutter by you lot. Now, this... See, I think this used to be... No, this was the movie shop, I think. And then this was the pizza. It still is a pizza place. But they might have changed what's it since then. Apollo. Oh, it could have been. No. It was. I think it was like a private. I don't think it was a chain video. Did it have a castle? I don't think it did. No castle. Not as good as yours. This is Bath, yeah. We lived there for like 4 years. And then down here, there was the post office. Oi. On the corner. Hey, it still is a post office. And then down here, whee! There's the, where's the river gone? Where's the river gone? There was like a... I don't know where we are now, actually. It's gone. I can't quite remember. But there was a walk we used to do along the river with the dogs. So that's... Anyway, a gentleman's video. No. I said private video club. I didn't mean it quite like that. Yeah, it wasn't any of that. I mean, it could have been with the amount of things that woman got for her back in the 2010s. Kids today upping and taking rivers with them. I don't think they stole the river. I just think I can't remember. Hold on. You know what? I was... Howdens. Because basically, we walked along the river, right? We walked along the river into the town, or biked along the river, much like this chap right here. We went all the way along here. See, the thing is, one of our dogs ran away once. Actually, he ran away a lot, the little shit. He was a little terrier. But the thing is, he ran away and got to the other side of Bath. So the only way that I've been managing to... I think about this occasionally. The only way I think he did it is because we used to walk them along here. I reckon he scampered down to this road and just went straight through town. Went to the other side. And ended up getting picked up by the police. Hello. Because we went in here, because we went past Bath Rugby Club. And went into town. There was like a nice place for tea, and then we came back again. The river, I am fully aware of what a path is, and I'm aware of what a river is. All right? You're a stressful lot. Private video club. I wouldn't be surprised. So we'd end up... Hold on, where would we end up? Pretty sure we're going... There's coffee number 1, Bath. Yeah, I think we're going up. We need to get into town. I know you're desperately keen on finding out where I went and had coffee when I was like 14 with the family. Oi. So here. I have no idea. Someone who's just done this path. They've like uploaded their life. It was quite a nice little, you know, Sunday bike ride, walk kind of thing. I think we're going a little bit rogue. Anyway, suffice to say, it was very nice. That's not the best view there, no. But we'll worry about that later. I'll get rid of that. We can get back to the painting now. I think that's dried. I bet he's fun at parties. Yes, it's probably great fun. Great fun. So we're going to fire up the printer tonight after stream. I don't think we're doing a 4-hour stream, although we are rapidly approaching the 3-hour mark. I need to make this. I need to get the printing done. Then I got to go and do the stuff indoors. I got to get the soup. I got to get the cheese. I got to get the food because I'm absolutely bloody ravenous. Almost. Eat a horse. Paint is not having much fun with this paint. Might have to put it on thick. The eye. Double C. Thick. Oh, I know what I was supposed to be doing. I was supposed to be downloading those chapel files to print. Get those onto the resin printer tomorrow. Bugger. I have to wait a bit. Did I download those files? I certainly... We got the smokehouse. Where is the... That's the blob. Where is the... I know I downloaded them on my computer. My sort of other computer. I wonder if I can download them on this one. Now being... Ooh. I have my code. I'd not be sharing this page. No, thank God for that. dun, 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 dun. Why can I not? Ah, I just literally got. I literally got to go get them from from the other computer. Very tedious. I will have to do that later. That's very frustrating. Maybe tomorrow I can get the church chapel done. I would like to get that starting to printing as well. I'd like to get a bunch of scenery so we can plonk that all together. So I guess me. Anyway, sorry about that. Do 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 do. I'm thinking painting this blue is going to be a bit weird, but then again, otherwise it's going to be so incredibly boring. Everything is just metal color. Like this is going to be blue. So like the blast shield is going to be blue. Fine, and like the little mud flap, I don't know, whatever the hell, there's little flappy bits which hang down there. Those will be blue as well. With a little bit of gold trim. I mean, maybe that should just be metal, the whole thing. Maybe the whole bloody thing needs to be metal. Very... bit boring. But I suppose it is... have that bit there being blue. It is just... you know, I mean, they've already gone a bit bananas painting the barrel and things blue anyway, but... maybe that's just how it is. Anywho. Da-da-da-da. I think I am going to print out a bunch of these for our... I don't know if I'm going to do them for the free guard. They might just have some dodgy vehicles. Loving the Lego Warhammers. I certainly enjoyed like painting this guy, and I would like to paint like a couple of like a squad or two like that. Because I'm quite happy. I'm really quite happy with how it turned out in general. Except, I don't know what happened with the paint at the back. It's God, it's gone a bit AWOL. It's gone a bit tits. No. I am. Well, I said it was Lego. It was very Lego-y yesterday or whenever. I completely agree. It is kind of Lego-y colors, like building blocks. I am happy with how it turned out. Like more happy than I was expecting. Truth be told, I wasn't expecting it to be great as great as it is. So I think I'm going to look forward to painting up like at least a squad or maybe two. I don't of them. I just need to fix that bit of dodgy primer. I think I'm gonna. I don't really see them with artillery. Bit weird artillery-esque looking. So I'm gonna have a quick look at Station Forge and see what else they have. If they have, I think they have funky vehicles. Free guard. Free guard. They might have. I might be completely incorrect. They got a sweet heavy tank and some infantry. Bang. We got some geezers. All right, we got some geezers. I'll print them out. And then I'll paint a big freaking tank with a bunch of geezers on. And that will be the project. A squad of geezers and a big tank. Actually, GW need to bring out like Imperial Guard like riding tank miniatures again. I miss that. I never got any Mordians, no. Lathius, you saucy beast. What? Is Pegasus Bridge? I don't know what to say. I don't know what to say. Is that the Amazon-based Henry Cavill-led 40k movie? I've no idea. Lathius, how you doing? Happy Tuesday. I almost said my brain was going for Thursday. My brain was attempting to say Thursday. I was like, nope. Come on now. Get the day right, you plonker. Pegasus Bridge. Come on now. It's you know, WW2 action. I remember the Mordians, like not vividly, but I do remember seeing the Mordians in White Dwarf. I wish I'd got some. The Iron Guard just like sweet. Yeah. So we did have a Horus Heresy goal. I kind of like, apart from the soldiers, like I've kind of done a 180 on it. I just like the Mark II Marines. So we got some English Paris, British bad boys. Well, you know, and then we got some, you know, German soldiers, and then we got some sweet scenery. Not that I thought it was. There was an old terrain car. Oh, really? Called Pegasus. Oh, okay. That made a short bridge. Ah, okay. I'm not familiar with that. Pegasus, was it Pegasus Models? Don't mind me just chilling on a tank while alien vehicles fly overhead and an angry looking metal statue. Sweating out magma takes out on Squad Cerberus. Very true. Well, I mean, I think I had a miniature of... Actually, you know what? I think I might have It might have been a Rogue Trader miniature of a... Space Marine sitting on a tank. I think it might have been that. Oh, so do you mean Pegasus Hobbies? Anyway, so the long and short of it is, yeah, we've got bolt action. There's a bit of a break from Warhammer sometimes. Very long time ago. That bridge was amazing, Pegasus Bridge. I remember looking at that. As I understand it, that's not the the one that's there is not the original. Not the original. The original one is at like the Pegasus Bridge or whatever they call it, museum. And they put like I don't know, a replica or like just a new fancy one in. And it was more like a short, flat metal looking. Oh, okay. Huh. Yeah, I'm not familiar. Yeah, I'm not familiar with it. The hell? Okay. Anyway, yeah. So that basically we did have a goal change. So you want to see some WW2 action? They do have apparently, as I understand it, there's Conflict 47 coming along. So those are like the English British soldiers and the Germans can also be used in Conflict 47. Should we get into that later? TM. There's an STL of Pegasus Bridge. They made a modular church. Oh, really? Pegasus. Modular church? The only bit of modular scenery that we need, my friend, is Anphalian base. What I got to say about that? What I got to say? Mega sus, exactly. Was it not this stuff, was it? This is on oh, okay. Huh. That is pretty neat, actually. Round stained glass windows, bit shorter than the standard GW buildings, but sweet. Had conical tops, straight out of Madonna's fashion scent music videos. Flying buttresses and corners. There are some sweet flying buttresses going on. I am a big flying buttress fan. I do this. This was recently made to order, I believe. I need to get my hands on it. I saw someone had print. Yeah. Now I've got on. Is it Cults 3D? I have an Inphalian base as a future project. So if we look at my future projects on Cults, we can actually remove this. We own this now, so that can go. I printed out that as well. Oh, yeah, those are all PG. Those are all PG. We got some hive walls to print at some point. Well, I've got to buy it first. But that's heavy bolter, like from the Tarantula Sentry gun, I think. So these are big old bad boy prints. Was that a... No, it wasn't not safe for work Yoda. It was a naughty Yoda, but not naughty like getting his bits out. Whatever those might look like. They were... I do really like this statue, a bust. I think it's pretty sweet. They did a good job on it. Right, we can have a look at those in a second, but first of all, so there's two. I got two sets of like Forge World-esque Walls of Doom. I thought this is where I had the Inphalian base. Close your eyes. Those are PG. They got tactical bits over them. I do want to get this Nun. The stream definitely needs more Yoda jubbly. You reckon? More Yoda jubblies. You reckon? Is that really what the stream's missing? Hey, listen, I'm more than happy. So, here we go. Xenos. I mean, this is an expensive kit, though, so... But it's 1.80 m by 1.2 meters wide. She's yeah, she is very thick of thigh. Yoda jubblies bring all the boys to the yard. Yeah. So we do have like, I mean, I would actually need to buy this, but it has like, you know, the alien inside like its containment things. No, I know, Luge. Like, this is one of the things. It's even got like the you know, chopping apart table, dissection table. This is basically the. I remember, like, I do remember the Forge World walls and like gates in Forge World magazine. But this was the thing I'd always wanted, but the price of it was just horrific. Absolutely horrific. Like, I know the lid, the top came off. That's all I seemed like. I'm pretty sure, like, there's a landing base, landing pad, another landing pad. Various bits. Anyway, sorry, I don't want to go through all of these, but so the landing pad, you can even put a Thunderhawk on or a Storm Eagle. It's very tempting. This is the Gryer pattern. I know I've said it before. I used to love looking at those Forge World magazines. I was just like constantly salivating at like Deathcore of Krieg and stuff like that, going, "Oh, Betty, come on now." But then I go out on the lash. But drink it like at Disney. And here's the other version of it: the Imperial Xeno Research Lab. Now this is very similar. I haven't purchased any of them, so I don't really know which one to get. They really were. They were so cool. 3D printed Thunderhawk and a 3D printed Storm Eagle. So I mean, like, this has come out rather nicely, I think. Yeah, and as you say, it is impractical, like to game with. But think about it. Space Hulk. Think about some sweet Space Hulk action. I know I do. Always think about Space Hulk. Or what's that other game? Kill Team, potentially. Or Horus Heresy. What's the? Is it Zone Mortalis? Very sexy. It's also cheaper, but it doesn't come with a landing. We just added it to our cart. What else is in my cart? There's something else. Oh, something else. Yeah, so I don't know. This doesn't come with a landing pad. That's the problem. You'd use the Zone Mortalis you have, you filthy rascal. What's up, Chad? Talking about filthy rascals. Would make a night. Well, this Lathius. This is what I'm thinking of. This is why I'm kind of keen to print out more scenery. Yes. Because I would like scenery for my old world stuff and more time, and then I need to do some 40k stuff. So I reckon something like this is probably, you know, tempting. Talking about tempting. Emperor Titan. Let's go, baby. No, just kidding. There's no way. Ain't no way. It had rules to be used in 40k. I just realized you'd make an excellent Bond villain. Wait, what? Go into more detail that, please. Yep. +1 strength for blast weapons, corridor saves. Got it for Necromunda. Used it once. Lathius, that's the spirit. That's the spirit. At least you've used it. Used it hard. Had a set of the old Forge World Zone Mortalis, but didn't match the scale. Yeah, that is a problem, isn't it? That is a problem. So you sold it to buy the new stuff. I could see Badger as a Bond villain. Wait, what? What's two people saying that now? Come on now. At least give me the reason. Please. Actually, no, I'm a Bond villain. There is no please. There is just pain. I feel further detail would only make me sound insulting. Will also be massive simpage. Listen. Go for it. Unless what's gonna go there? Unless you liked being told what to do. In which case don't go. Well, I don't know. Do go for it. Whatever floats your boat. Give me the reason to love you more. Sweet haircut. Pat Sharp style haircut is all we need, surely. Pause, look at the camera, then purposely say, Mr. Bond. It's been a mighty long time. I don't know. I would be a terrible actor. I couldn't do it. I couldn't do it. It'd be way too stressful. Do you think? Would any of you like to be an actor? I mean, I could probably cope with the amount of money that they get paid. But at what cost? At what cost? And there's not a huge amount of time for painting miniatures, which is very sad. Like, just ask, you know, Henry. Obviously, we're on first name terms. He's from Jersey. I used to holiday in Jersey. You know, we're basically on first name terms at this point. Well, you're charismatic. Stop. Tell me more. Have a radio voice. I thought I thought you meant a radio, because I saw you write comma face after. I was like, I read it as radio face. I was like, God damn it. God damn it. And a face that would easily have backstory and hair to waft. Well, you need to have dramatic hair. Hair flick. Well, the German, you know, hair as in Mr. You know what I'm talking about. Face that would have a backstory. I don't even know what that means. Listen, I did have cancer removed from my lip, by the way. I had cancer of some variety. Probably not the bad variety. It was like one of the good cancers, if they exist. So I had that hacked out of my lip. So I do have like the Bond villain, you know, scarification going on. Like I have a hunk of lip missing, which is why we do have a bit of auxiliary beard, like facial furniture going on. Bit of Luther Vandross playing as you spin around. Luther Vandross, you see? Is that the music I'm playing? Bloody hell. Good evening, Mr. Bond. Which track would it be? I Bad Boy. I'm not. I can't imagine Luther Vandross being like the music of a, you know, villain. You got a face for radio? Lathius, please. And a very thank you, Badger Bot. That hair flick because Badger's worth it. Face would have. Hold on, I read all that. Why did Badger Bot say? Oh, I typed that in years ago. I completely forgot that the Badger Bot responds to good evening. You got a face for radio, Lathius? Listen, come on now. Don't tell porcupines. It was when you said, give me the reason. Oh, Jesus. God, he did sing that song, didn't he? That's been... Yeah, he did. Or was it give me a reason, right? Ba 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 ba. Right, you can have some singing noises down the microphone as well. Enjoy it. Enjoy it. Folks, tell me what you're up to this evening. Ba-da-bum. Bum, bum, ba, bum, bum, ba, bum, ba, bum, bum, bum. Little work on the pourri. Lucian, thank you so much for your sweet, sweet biddies. Partying like it's 1999. Listen, I went out for New Year's Eve in 1999. Right? Went to a club. We're going to go... Hold on, the lid's going on. We're going back. The future. Let me show you. Not that you care, but I'm going to show you anyway, because I got absolutely freaking hammered at this club. Hold on. Can I even remember the name of the club? Shit. Leicester Square. New Year's Eve. I'm gonna set the tone. Maybe. I don't know if it still exists. I don't think it still exists, truth be told. It was called... How was it called? God damn it, there are lorries parked in the way. I don't think it's there. Shit. There was a massive... There was a very good bar which served a lot of booze. I mean, tequila and rum. In Leicester Square, nearby Leicester Square. Where the bollocks was it? Up this jiggly road. What are lorries doing? Not Greg's. That's the Empire Casino. Okay, I don't know where this bloody place has gone. Anyway, long and short of it is, did a lot of drinking that night. Obviously, we're very concerned about the Millennium Bug taking over the world, and so I thought I'd better get drinking in case they don't allow it in the millennium. You know, in the 2000s, drinking might not be allowed. I am avian. Damn right I am. Only for a little bit long. Well, not really. But we're just talking about 1999. And I can't remember the name of the club that I went to. Near Leicester, off Leicester Square? Like, I always, that building looks at, ugh. What have they done to it? Like I think it was either up here. Empire, my all-time favorite cinema. Ah, what a time to be alive. Although, the Prince of Wales cinema, that's, I think that's about to get shafted. No, anyway, so I went to this bar. Right, it was very juicy. There was a massive bar there, sort of aluminium topped or aluminum topped if you're that way inclined. And you know, there's lots of dancing going on. Obviously, I was dancing like an absolute legend. I was 19 after all. So anyway, end of the night. The last thing I really remember, running for the bus. I thought I could run for the bus, so we went... Oh, Christ almighty. We went, oh, Christ almighty. The bus would have been... down here? Wait. I think it was down this road. We get onto the road, you... Would it have been down here? No. No. Hold on. Back up. We're going to go through Leicester Square. Hopefully. What the bollocks are we? To Piccadilly Circus, right? Oh, maybe... whatever. It doesn't matter. For sake. Want to go this way? I swear to God. I swear to God they're doing this to drive me around a bend and they're succeeding. Can I just drag this little prat? We basically got to here. Okay. There was a bus stop. Oh, crying out loud. There was a bus stop somewhere along here, or at least in the good old days there used to be. Maybe this was it, yeah. Google Maps, I just want the pictures. Trying to give the people what they desperately want. Anyway, so there was a bus stop. In fact, it could have been the 38 I was heading for. The bus was coming up here. I was running down here, but back then there was like a waist-high fence, bit of railing, right? Unfortunately, this was the only railing I got around to doing on this evening. I jumped over the railing. The bus, my foot caught the top of the railing. I bounced off the side of the bus. and sort of splattered against the railing. And the bus just parked up here, and I managed to crawl on. Yeah, I was absolutely like the very first few hours, first 5 hours or whatever it was of the millennium 2000, I'd bounced off the side of a bus, almost basically got squashed by the bloody thing. Yeah. Probably number 38 bus, potentially. Could have been that one. Or a number 19. Anyway. So suave, so debonair. Yeah, absolutely. I wish I could remember the name of the bar, though. It was really good. Like, it was like kind of like Brazilian style. Like it was, you know, Latin American, you know? It was a good time. It was a good time. I had way too much tequila, though. Piccadilly Circus, you were there once in the early 90s. Did you go to Alien War? Was it called Alien War there? I went to that once. Bloody amazing. Turns out a friend of mine at the Lion King she was the plant, one of the plants in the you know, one of the people who got stolen, kidnapped by the aliens. Alien War was bloody awesome. So glad I got to do that. That's basically all water. Ah. So yeah, as I said, I don't think I think what we're going to do is we're going to print out the large tank and a squad of these free guard, because I do want to paint them like that. I'm very, very happy with that. I don't really think artillery was. They don't seem like an artillery army. So, I don't know. However, one has to paint these things, otherwise one doesn't know. I did. Yeah. I did go to that. It was either. I have a sneaky suspicion it was for my brother's birthday. Like one of my, probably my middle brother's birthday. I have a think. And then after that, we went to Planet Hollywood, which I've only just remembered. We went to Planet Hollywood after that. Freaking amazing. In Leicester Square. I think it was Leicester Square, wherever it was. Catalan would be the Flamers. Plants that get kidnapped by aliens. No. So, girl I worked with in The Lion King, like one of my bosses, she worked on Alien War as a, like, so one of the when you're running through it, like a couple of the people going through it with you are yoinked away by the aliens. And she was one of them. Like, I guess she would have been like just 17 or 18 and doing that at the time. She was like a few years older than me. Only a few, not many. But it was freaking amazing. Eh? Iron Guard would be artillery. Oh, well, maybe they do need to be. Maybe they do need these artillery guns. Where do they do the military drills for the Queen? Oh, I went to that as well, Avian. My grandparents used to take me to that, to the. What the hell? Was that Was that done at Earl's Court? I can't. What the hell was that show called? The Royal Tournament. Yeah, that was done in 1999, up until 99. In fact, we can have a look at it. All right, for your viewing pleasure. Ah! We might have to speed through some of this. I don't think we're going to watch all 10 minutes. As much as I would obviously like to do so. I didn't. This was 2013. I 90s I went. Yeah. So I used to, like, I did go to this a few times with my grandparents. Probably mute that. We don't need to hear him bellowing. But I think this was to represent what they had to do in one of the wars. Like to get the guns to like the front line or wherever the hell it was. Like they had to do. I mean, this is obviously not what they did, but it's sort of like, you know, getting guns across what, crevasses and stuff, like canyons. I don't know. Napoleonic, yeah, something like that. But like, this was pretty bloody amazing. Like, considering. Like, what they're about to do, I always thought was the coolest thing. Like, this is banana. Whee! All right, lads. Like, how the... Go on, you slackers. Chop, chop. Tally-ho. Yeah. Exactly, Lathius. Like, how, I mean, this is bananas how they did that. It's a gun carriage. There's a metal bit. There's a metal bit. That might be the barrel. Maybe. That's a lot of faith in that rope. Yeah, exactly. Yeah, I can't. Anyway, you get the general gist of what's going on. There, it's a bit of it was a lot of fun to go to. Like they had all the sort of horse displays, and all that kind of stuff going on. Most likely steel cable. Well, not then, because this was the good old days. Steel cable didn't exist. They weren't allowed it. No, I had no idea. It was who knows what it was made of? Hopes and dreams, probably. Hopes and dreams. Which I think they still do that as like a competition. Hold on, I'm just googling what did it represent. Hey. Commemorates the Royal Navy's contribution to the siege of Ladysmith during the Second Boer War. In 1899, sailors from the Royal Navy landed guns from HMS Terrible and HMS and Powerful to help the British Army, which was under siege by Boer fighters. Field gun recreates the feat of the sailors who manhandled these guns over difficult terrain to assist in the relief of the siege. And that's basically that. So yeah. I thought that was pretty bloody awesome back then. And it was like, it was a great big sort of, you know, that was all military stuff. My grandfather was a military doctor, actually. Backfull Steel was invented in Badger's youth. Itch right there, Lathius. Scratch that right there. Yeah, thank you. You rascal. Yeah, so that was that. That was God, I've not thought about that for ages. Like my grandparents took me to that a bunch. And my other brothers as well. When they lived a lot closer to London. Anyway, that is that. So I don't know what we're streaming tomorrow. Like, ideally, we might be able to get this vaguely done. We do have some gold to paint. So that's going to be gold. That's going to be gold. There's going to be gold and gold. And that's going to be gold. Which is a bit bananas, but whatever. This is going to be... We are going to paint this bad boy blue with some gold trimming. I need to find the flappy bits. The flappy bits have gone AWOL. I've got no idea where they are. Like I have looked in my box of printed bits. Like we got rat gauze, we got ratties. We have a base. We got a big bird boy. We got a melter gun. We've got some shoulder pads straight out of the 80s. Oh, we do. Oh, hold on. Oh, Betty, we have this for. Oh, that's. I don't know if this is for this one, but we have a muzzle brake kind of situation. We have the geezers. We have the geezers, although they're not really quite the same as this Mordian geezer. But they're a bit more Cadian. We got some arms with a artillery shell. We got a bloke on a horse. Very important. We have... He's a blood angel. No one cares about... We do have a blood angel to paint. In armor. Cataphracti Terminator armor. I can't find those flappy bits. It's an absolute tragedy. Where the bloody hell are... I'm gonna have to print out more flappy bits. But I don't think those are going to get done in time. They're also missing their heads, so they're probably not going to get done. Probably not going to be working on them tomorrow. Hey Zombella, what's going on? How you doing? Hey, that's all right. My absolute pleasure. I was very glad to raid you, Zombella. I hope you had a great rest of your day. I hope you're having a lovely day today. I'm absolutely melting. Absolutely melting here. I need some ice cream. Or something. Avian, I was saying nice things about Zombella. Or to Zombella. About... Sounds almost like behind one's back. When a convict tells a poem to mind his own manners, the world is going to end. I know. But I was doing it. I just hadn't got around to reading what you said yet. I did take my time. Listen, all good things take time. You can't rush a good time, Avian. All right? Yeah? Got to take your time. I do wonder what the bloody hell we're doing, though, in general. I need to get the printer up and I need to spin that bad boy up. I need to get printing some things. ASAP. It's, what the... What are we going to print? That bit of scenery that I said we were going to print earlier today is what we're going to do. And yeah. Folks, what are you doing this evening? Tell me the things. Tell me the things while I'm looking at who we're going to go and raid, because I'm absolutely parched. I need shower. I need food in my face. I need all sorts of things. And we need to get a wiggle on. So I know there are... okay. We're going to... I know. We'll do this. I know where we're going. So, if you're on YouTube, you're a legend. No doubt by now you've already liked and subscribed. But if you haven't, well, now is an excellent time to consider tickling that button. We are... well, we're definitely back on Twitch tomorrow. YouTube is always a bit iffy on a Wednesday. But we'll see. But I do stream on Twitch either way. Paint, shower. Yes. Paint, shower, food, print. Yeah, I don't know. We'll see. But we're going to go and raid Galloway Paints. So we have raided them once before, certainly. We're going to do that in auxiliary another time right now. So please come through. Copy and paste the one which is correct for you. I hope you all have a lovely rest of your day, whatever it is you get up to. I hope you all attempt to behave yourself. You know. Thank you so much for the follow, the sub, and the sweet biddies. I will be back tomorrow at 4 o'clock UK time. We will, well, you know, attempt to behave. Yeah, I'll see you tomorrow. So thank you so much, folks. We will when you do. I always behave. Basically, I always behave. But it's a given. Atheist. Also, I just realized the music stopped. So there we go. Let's get this raid underway. Please come through and at least say hi and drop a follow. The wonderful thing when you do. Thank you.